something rather than nothing? This is the contingency argument. So why is there something instead of nothing? Not why is there a universe shaped this way? Just why is there anything at all? No matter, no space, no time, nothing. That was always an option. And yet, here we are. This is called the contingency argument. It's related to the arguments we've covered before, but it asks a sharper question. It doesn't ask why the universe began. It asks why anything exists right now, in this exact moment. So let's work through it. I'm Jonathan Roberts, and I appreciate you watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe if you get any value at all. So we've covered Aquinas' 5 ways and the Kalam argument. Both of those, in different ways, look at the cause and the beginning. This argument is different. It doesn't ask about the past at all. It asks about right now. Why does anything exist in this very present moment instead of nothing existing at all? It's one of the clearer ways to make this case to a modern audience. So let's dive into it. First, a definition. Something is contingent if it could have been different than it is. Something is necessary if it couldn't have been different. It has to be exactly the way it is. Almost everything you can point to in the physical world is contingent. A man could be sitting, standing, or lying down. His posture is contingent. A table could be painted red, painted green, or left unpainted. The color is contingent. You didn't have to exist. There was a time before you did. Your existence is contingent. Keep the word in mind. Contingent means it could have gone another way. Here's the structure. Premises 1. Everything that is contingent has a cause. Premises 2. There can't be an infinite chain of causes that are all happening right now at the exact same time. There has to be an ultimate necessary cause. We call that God. It sounds abstract, so let's make it concrete. When something could have been different than it is, it's natural to ask, why is it the way that it is? This isn't a question about history. It's not how did this thing get this way? It's a question about the present moment. What is holding the thing in the state it's in right now? Take a man lying down. Why is his body in that shape right now instead of some other shape? A physicist could answer this. His body is made of matter. That matter is made of subatomic particles. The laws of physics keep those particles from just dissolving into nothing. Forces hold them together into atoms, then molecules, then the shape of a body lying down instead of sitting or standing. That's a real answer. It's just not the final one. The explanation using the laws of physics is true as far as it goes, but it only pushes the question back one step. Because now you can ask, why are the laws of physics the way that they are? Why don't they suddenly change or stop working altogether? You could say the laws of physics are controlled by some deeper set of laws. Call it metaphysics. But that just pushes the question back again. Why are those laws the way they are? You could propose another layer under that one, and another. But this can't go on forever. At some point, there has to be something that isn't contingent, something that doesn't need a further explanation outside of itself. This is the same structure we saw with Aquinas. It's not a chain running back through time. It's a chain of things depending on each other right now. And a chain like that can't hold itself up with nothing underneath it. It needs a bottom. The bottom has to be something necessary, not something that merely happens to exist, but something that has to exist. Otherwise, the whole chain above it has nothing to stand on. So here's the full picture. Everything's contingent. Everything that could have been otherwise needs something outside of itself to explain why it's the way it is right now. The explanation can't just be another contingent thing, because then you need to explain that thing too. And you can't stack contingent explanations on top of each other forever and expect the stack to hold itself up. So, somewhere at the bottom of reality, there has to be something necessary, something that isn't contingent or anything else, on anything else, something that has to just simply exist. That necessary foundation, the bedrock underneath all the contingent things that we see, is what this argument calls God. Same honest note as always. This argument gets you to a necessary being at the foundation of everything else that exists. It doesn't get you to the Trinity. It doesn't get you to the resurrection. It doesn't tell you that this being loves you or answers your prayers or sent a son. What it does is it rules out a certain kind of atheism, the kind that says reality is just what it is, with no explanation required at any level. This argument says that position doesn't hold up. Something at the bottom has to be necessary, or nothing above it makes sense either. That's a real result. It's just a starting point. It's not the whole picture. So, again, if this helped the idea, click, hit like, and subscribe. If you're new here, it helps this reach the next person working through these questions. And so far, we've focused on the arguments of God existence in general. Next time, we're shifting toward Jesus specifically. I'll walk through what non-Christians, secular historians from the 1st and 2nd century actually wrote about him, and whether there's any real bias for the claim that he never existed at all. So again, my name is Jonathan Roberts, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.